All right, my name is Logan Tobia. I'm 30 years old and I live in Tucson, Arizona. About a year ago, I graduated from Tom Savini School of Special Effects Makeup. Um, Moved back here hoping there would be work. It's pretty dry out here, so I've just been working crappy 9 to 5s and I'm really tired of it. And I really need to be back in special effects. I really liked going to school. Learned a lot while I was there. Had a lot of great jobs. I did some film work, plays, face painting. I was doing everything I could just to be doing makeup of some kind. The reason I got into special effects is two of my good friends that actually do films in LA right now. Before they actually became filmmakers, they were going to University of Arizona and they were in their film department and they needed a makeup artist, and I guess the person they had bailed out on them. The closest thing they had was me. Now I draw on paint and I did a little bit of sculpture and some jewelry design and things like that, and they came to me thinking that I could do makeup, and I had never done makeup before. So I was like, well, if you can't find someone else, I'll do it for you. So I did a little bit of research online, talked to some costume shops and stuff in town, and they couldn't find anyone. So they actually had me do a brief interview with one of their brothers, and I actually was supposed to meet them at Borders. And I came to Borders and I had broken glass all on my body. And I was sitting there just looking at a magazine, sitting next to the guy, and he had no idea that I was the person he was meeting. And finally I got up and I went over and I talked to him because I knew what he looked like. And he's like, "Oh, you're the makeup guy. Excellent, excellent. This is great." So I ended up getting that job, and I really, really liked it. All I had was a thing of latex and some food coloring, and I had to replicate a car accident, someone being thrown through a windshield and down a mountainside. And that's what sparked it. That's what got me into special effects. And from there, I'd done other little films and things in town, and I had no idea that there was a school or anything like that for people who were interested. And then one of the people that I had actually worked on another film for, she went off to New Jersey and took a film class or a makeup class out there. And one day I got a call from her. She's like, "I just talked to my teacher. He said, if you're really interested in this stuff, there's a class in Pennsylvania, a school that's full courses, and I think you should really do it." And so I kind of checked it out. I didn't really have the money to do it. I put it off for a year. I kept calling and checking in. And finally, I found a way to get a loan and do some stuff and saved up, and finally, jumped on my motorcycle and headed out cross country to Pennsylvania. And right as I'm about to get into Pennsylvania, I get a call from one of the people in the office, said my loan didn't go through. Now at that point, I had my savings to pay for the school and whatnot, but I didn't have that loan anymore. So I was heartbroken. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't go back. I was determined to go to this school. So I ended up just taking a couple extra days. Went to a friend's house. Talked to them for a little bit. Ended up heading down to Pennsylvania, and I found someone online while I was at my friend's house who would put me up for a night. I talked to the school more. I gave them everything I had. And then the second day that I was there, I just started scouting around town for any place that I could just live for a couple days till I could find a job. And I ended up finding this abandoned shack down by the Monongahela River. And I spent the last of my money on a Coleman stove and a shower bag. And while I was in this little shack, I went around to abandoned vehicles and pulled tools and pulled all my resources together, and I boarded up the wall or windows and doors, built a little shower, built a little urinal that went outside. I'd park my motorcycle in the place at night so no one would mess with it. Every morning I'd walk down to a park which is about 2 blocks away with a 6-gallon jug, and I'd fill it up with water I'd undo the bottom of the sink with a pair of pliers I found in an abandoned vehicle. I'd fill it up, take it back to the shack, fill up my shower bag, take an ice cold shower in lovely Pennsylvania winter, and get ready and go to class. And no one had any idea there was a laundromat. I'd do my laundry. And every day I was just walking up and down the street applying to jobs in all these different little towns, and just no one was hiring. So eventually I got a job at Walmart, and I was going to work at 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then I was getting up and going to school at 7, and then I'd get off by 5, and then was just doing that every day. So I was getting 2 hours of sleep a day. Kept requesting to change my schedule. They wouldn't change my schedule. Eventually, the people in the office found out that I was homeless and my situation, and so they offered me a job at the school. So I was able to leave Walmart and work for the school, and then I had a place to live for the time being. So that was good. But I wasn't going back. I had to go to the school. I just really wanted to be involved in special effects, and nothing was going to stop that. This is the piece. I pre-painted everything with alcohol activated and some other stuff, and laid some hair on there. There's a slight tear in the lip here, but I'm going to patch that when I apply it. I think I'd be a good candidate for the show because, like I said, I just really want to be in special effects. I can't see myself doing anything else at this point. There's not a lot of work out here right now, so this might be my only chance. Everything is part-time here, so I'm not making a lot of money. I'm working several different jobs just to get by. I'm confident that, if I was on the show, I'd be a good competitor. I'm not going to let anyone stand in my way, but I'm not going to run people over to get to the top either. I'm not going to damage anyone or anything like that. But I'm not going to let anyone stop me either. I definitely want to be the best at this type of stuff. So if someone says I can't do something, that's it. It's over. I'm gonna go for it.